obvious. But, like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products, so make sure you shop the link in the description.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another live Minnesota watch party, Minnesota Wild watch party. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not back in my studio here. I'm dog sitting / house sitting for some friends, but we will be live here covering this game, play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. So get your comments in the live chat and let's turn our attention back to this game. I know the Wild post-Olympics have not been getting all the points that they've needed to get, but hey, a win against the Blackhawks on Tuesday, mind you, going to overtime. I'm confident that they'll play well against them here tonight. Anyways, let's get to the game here. What's up, Hockey from Home? What's up, Peanuts? Good to see you. What's up, Tanner? All right, at the Grand Casino Arena here, battling forward at center, the Blackhawks send it into the Wild zone. How's everybody doing on this Thursday evening? Good to be back. We'll be back to weekly one. By the way, post-show with Brett, wildly informed episode, and post-game show. One, Wild get it out of their zone. Pressuring in the offensive zone. Able to hold it into the corner here, battling to the right, the Blackhawks goaltender. Wild try to send it back to the blue line, but lose it, and here come the Blackhawks. Unable to send that backhand pass into the centering lane, and puck forced all the way back into the Blackhawks zone. Blackhawks send it back up through center. Oh, sorry, music's still on. One sec. Hello. How's the sound now? I might use my other mics for the next streams, but I'm testing out the lapel here. How does it sound now, Peanuts? 17:42, and the Blackhawks send the puck deep into the Wild zone. Wild with it. No Kaprizov. Yeah, we'll go over the lineups here in a moment, Tanner. Fine now. Thank you. I don't know why whenever there's music on in the background, it just completely walks over the mic. Oh, and shot through the slot from the Wild and a save for Chicago. How are you doing, by the way, Peanuts? Good to see you. Good to have the crew here. Guys, smash that like button, by the way. Oh, glove save. Man, Hughes with that nice shot down through the slot. $17-17 on the clock here, and fighting for it at center. The Wild get it back. Up through the left side with some speed. Wild getting the Blackhawk zone behind the net. Battling in the corner, behind the net now. Some tough hockey here early. Blackhawks through center. Blackhawks into the Wild zone. Draw pass, blue line. Shot, but that doesn't even get towards the net. Still possession of the Blackhawks here. Blue line shot, that doesn't get through. Quinn Hughes sends it around the net. And Hughes, they said it was going to be playing with Spurgeon tonight. Doing decent watching Bruins versus Jets right now. How's the game? Hey, sounds good. Hockey from Home sounds good. Wild in the Blackhawks zone. Blackhawks get it back pass behind the net. And puck trickles into the neutral zone, and it's the Wild that send it back in the Blackhawks. 16:06. Turnover by Blackhawks. Shot by the Wild. Save, rebound. That's in front of the net. Poking at it. Battling for it in the corner now. Puck back to the blue line. Shot again back towards the net, but that doesn't hit the Chicago netminder. 15:50. Puck back around the net. All the way back down to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. Puck bouncing. Doesn't get to the net. And now the Blackhawks are going to get it back and try to settle things down. Hey, sounds good, Hockey from Home. Yes, I'll be live all day on City Life tomorrow. About as mid as you'd expect. And there's going to be some mid games here down the stretch for sure. The playoffs are going to be epic. Just about 5 minutes into this game. 3 shots for the Wild, 0 for the Blackhawks. Volstead in net for the Wild. Pass in front for the Blackhawks. Cannot get a shot off. Cannot get this puck on net. Great defense so far by the Wild. And they chip it in. And icing, actually. We're into the face-off back in the Wild zone. All right, so Boldy, Yurov, and Brink was daily face-offs projected lines coming into this game. That was the top line anyways, but I imagine things are going to be shaken up as this game goes on. The Wild win by a minimum of 4 goals, and there's not a serious contender. Yeah, Bobby Brink back in the lineup there. Nice little play in the neutral zone. He sends it well into the corner. Good job of the Blackhawks getting that puck back, racing through the neutral zone. Good job. Just onside there as well. Nice little nifty move. Blackhawks fighting to keep this puck in the Wild zone. On the wall, but the Wild get it back. Through center. Here comes Trenyon. Trenyon to the net. That backhand doesn't get through. Sturm sends it back to the blue line. Wild are able to keep it in just for a moment. Shots now 4-2, still for the Wild. 14:04 up the right side. Oh my God! What a move by the Wild! Wild shot. And Hughes tries to send it back towards the net. That doesn't get through, but beautiful shot there. And this can be icing on the Blackhawks. Who do you think is a higher ceiling, Celebrini or Bedsy? Celebrini. I mean, maybe their ceiling is similar, but like Celebrini's putting up McDavid numbers right now. Like, if you compare like where McDavid was at this age, putting up the same type of numbers and projections, whereas like Bedard just ain't right now. Now I know Bedard's been banged up. You could argue and say he's playing for the worst team, but like, you know, when Celebrini came into the league and arguably this year, like the Sharks are. We'll see if Bedard can really come into his own when he has some pieces around him, whereas like Celebrini is just that type of player. It's like pieces around him or not, he's just gonna fucking ball out. Face off to the left of Chicago netminder. What do you guys think? $13.43. Fucking we balling, dude. He has a little brother who I think in like 40 games right now is like 150 points, and I want to say it's like private school hockey in Vancouver or some shit. 13.27. I think Bedard was in the same private school circuit though. Oh, Donato, nice opportunity. Donato. And Volstead make the save, and here comes the Wild. Zuccarello up the right side. Terasenko in front. And a nice defensive play by the Blackhawks, and they send this back down the length of the ice. 2-on-1, and a shot by the Blackhawks. That goes right in wide. And here come the Wild. They dump this one in as they finish their change. What a pass by Terasenko, who's, speaking of balling out, man, Tarasenko's been balling out as of late. Wild. Left side, Johansson of the Marcus variety sends it up. Nice hit by the Wild. The Wild's going to complete their change here. Neutral zone, Wild send it back in. 12:30. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. I do need to fuck with the lighting in here. I might just move where I stream next. We'll see. We'll see. And the Wild defensively have been so on point here tonight. The Blackhawks have not really been a threat at all. One opportunity there, led by Ryan Donato, but that was about it. Blackhawks, right side. They dump it in. But right there's the Wild in the corner, sending it up. But they lose it past to center, and that's broken up. Blackhawks try to send it in, but that goes left and wide, behind the net. Wild on him. Frank Nazar. I mean, one of many young prospects on the Blackhawks. They're able to keep this in. Oh, big hit in the corner, man. Shot by the Blackhawks, and that doesn't get through. And the Wild get this puck out into center. Can they hold it? They can't, and the Blackhawks get it back. Their blue line, though, they're going to have to restart. Really want to stay on the stream, but have to wake up in 6 hours, so probably we'll just leave this one in the background. Hey, no worries, Peanuts. I will be live again for the City Life Project in 6 hours and all day Friday. So I'll see you on City Life, and I'll see you on more streams here on the Sota Pod, man. Thank you so much for stopping by for a little bit. It's always great to have you, one of our OG supporters here, Peanuts. By the way, Tanner, thank you so much for being a member as well. 10:48 in the Wild, holding us in the corner left of Blackhawks net money, losing it behind the net, though. Actually, never mind. Nice little nifty play as they send it in front, rebound, but goalie's going to cover up this one, and we're going to go to a TV timeout. Reverse hit Rinzel on Trennan. Damn. All right. First TV timeout, if I'm not mistaken. And not really the most exciting game. A lot of defense, but great defense on the Wild's part. Chicago just don't really have much. Well, it doesn't look like they have much firepower right now. And on the Wild side of things, they haven't really had any great chances, although there is a lot of pressure in the offensive zone. They haven't set up much. They haven't gone through the cycle at all. Haven't really set up many passing plays, but I don't know. It just seems like this is going to be a rough and tough one. It's crazy to me that Trennan leads the league in hits by almost 100. Wait, he leads by almost 100, or he has 100? Let's see. Ducks fly together. What's up, Hoptics? How you doing, buddy? This is actually Mokayev, but I appreciate it. I had so many people in Austin and in Arizona comment on this hat, and I went, "Oh yeah, it's Mokayev because he's a duck and he's scared to fight Yurin Gapov, and now he's gonna hide in the UFC instead of just fighting Yurin Gapov." How's your Thursday going, Hoptics? By the way, wildly informed right after this. I think it says it's going to start at 9:30 or something like that. Literally 15 minutes after this, I'm just going to load up some graphics that Brett put on the outline. And then, Wildly Informed will be back Wednesday. Every Wednesday, if there's a game on Wednesday, then Thursday. But tonight we figured, hey, let's come back with a bang and do a little post-game show as well. Thank you. I haven't worn this in a month or so because I've literally been in the Sonoran Desert in Texas and in Sedona, so I haven't needed it. That's crazy. Yo, shout to Trenyan and Sherwood. They are old school north-south Hudson Bay Road type players, if you know what I mean. I mean, any Canadian will know what I mean. All right, we're back at it. 10-16. And the Blackhawks keep this one in. Donato's looked good so far, and we're going to have a penalty. First penalty of the game, midway through the first period, right after TV timeout. And, I mean, who else would it be on than Ryan Hartman? Blackhawks are going to go on the power play. Oh, weak. 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 Weak call. I had to convince myself that itself was the slash. That was weak. National Hockey League, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Blackhawks on the power play. I mean, hey, if you're a Blackhawks fan, you'll take it. But weak call. Oh, one-timer. That didn't hit the net directly. Bertuzzi's parking himself in front of net. Bedard with the circle. Bedard with a shot, and it's the glove of Walsh. He got a little piece of it, but man, what a snipe show. But number 98, sick as fuck, by the way. I mean, did it even hit the top of the glove? It hit the top of the crossbar. Woo-wee. 143. Face off to the left of Volstead. Blackhawks win the face off. Back to Teravainen. Shot, and that's going to be gloved down by Volstead. It's going to be a slog of a game, I think, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this fires up the boys. One team or the other. Wild, they send this puck down the length of the ice. Levshunov. Back to Nazar. Nazar bombing up through center. He leaves it back to Bedard. Bedard through center. Bedard with a shot. And damn, what a shot. Good save by Volstead. 109. He's sneaky good. Not even sneaky good, just sneaky quick, man. And offside. 9 minutes and 11 seconds in the first period. Just over a minute on the power play. Oh, man. He can let that shot off without any room. Connor Bedard. .103. Wild are 17-0-1 against Chicago in the last 5 to 6 years. Good, because in the years prior to that, man, Chicago was trouncing fucking the Wild and the Canucks. 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Good defense with the Wild. They try to send it up the right wall, but Chicago keeps it in. Donato in the corner. Back to Rinzel on the blue line. Rinzel up the left side. Rinzel. Shot by the Blackhawks. Donato tries to hit his man in the slot, but can't. And Rinzel, blue line. Chicago back to the blue line. Rinzel with a shot. Donato in front. Green looking for the rebound as well, but the Wild send this back down the length of the ice. 13 seconds remaining on the power play for the Blackhawks. And the Wild are able to make a change. 4 seconds. 2, 1, and that is it. The Wild are able to kill off that power play. In Chicago, 0 for 1 on it. 7:54, Blackhawks. Oh, nice job through center. 2 defensemen waiting for him there, though, and they break up that puck and send the puck down the length of the ice. Chicago's going to have to reset. Chicago can't get through the neutral zone. Boldy. Up the wall. Up near the net anyways. Chasing here. Minnesota back to the blue line. Confused. Right side. Shot. High and wide. Hughes with it. Hughes with incredible skating, man. Holy fuck. Can find Brink there. Wild still have it back to the blue line. Oldie sends it up. Weird bounce for sure. And that actually goes to Nazar. Nazar sends it up through center. Wild get it back. Wild looking to change. Quinn Hughes literally just skating away from everybody. Left side with speed. Here comes Minnesota. Minnesota looking for a shot. A nice defense by the Blackhawks, but the Wild still have it. They send it around the corner. Minnesota backhand. Blue line, Hughes. Faber. Hughes and Faber back together right now. Unless Hughes gets off the ice. Who knows? He might just stay on here for a few shifts. Why the fuck not? Wild gain the zone again. Nice passing play to the left circle, but unable to hold on to that. Minnesota goes back to the blue line, ends up turning over the puck. Brodin, great defensive move there. Great stick. Blackhawks still have it, though. They tried to tie up their man in front and set up a slot pass, but can't get the puck off. Wild defense they send up the left side and now battling for possession in the neutral zone. Here come the Blackhawks. Great job holding the line. Is Minnesota 5:55. Blackhawks have it at the blue line. Nick Foligno, nice pressure. Shot, that doesn't get through. Minnesota pressure in the neutral zone. Johansson with a shot and save by the Blackhawks. We're going to get a face-off to the left of the Blackhawks netminder. Great, post-PK hockey here by the Minnesota Wild, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's check out the lineups here. So, yeah, Brink, Yurov, Boldy, Zuccarello, Hartman, Terasenko, Johansson, McCarron, Foligno, which they had a good shift there. And then Trenyan, Sturm, Haight. Like to see Haight get the call up again. I mean, Iowa's still just a shit show. And salt on the wound, completely different team in Iowa. But the Heartlanders might either fold or move. So it's just not good for hockey in Iowa right now, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you're watching on Twitter/X, come over to YouTube. Join us here. We're going to get a poll question up here in a little bit. I guess not the worst season, especially since you're on a shit team. He had 20 goals last year, only 12 on 43 games. But again, yeah. Jerry Mayhew, the legend, leading the team with 28 points. I mean, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Riley Height having an okay rookie season. I mean, I'd like to see him have more goals, but 19 points in 55 games, I'll fucking take it. I'll take it. All right, back from TV timeout. 5:34. 5:34 on the clock. And the Blackhawks win the faceoff. Behind the net. Pressure from the Wild. And Minnesota gets it back. Neutral zone. They gain the zone. They have it in the slot. Johansson again to set up somebody in the slot there, but unable to get that shot. Hughes was on the back end. The backhand pass. Boldy in the Blackhawks zone, doing everything himself here as his line mates look to join him. They lose it. Oh, nice job by the Blackhawks. Ryan Donato with some nice stick work here, but he's checked on the right side. And everyone's trying to fish for the puck on top of the circle. Fourth line here for the Minnesota Wild. Hunter Haight out there, actually some good effort on the wall. Chicago. Oh, nice hit. Beautiful hit by the Wild to separate the man for the puck, and Minnesota gains his own. Minnesota up the right wall. Oh, Minnesota loses it. Could not complete the pass there, and puck trickles all the way down the Wild zone, and Blackhawks get it back. Couldn't employ a clean pass, and they take a nasty hit. Minnesota gets it back in their zone. They send it up in front. Dangerous place to pass the puck, but works out for them. They get this puck in front, and just able to make that glove save. Ryan Hartman bum rushes the net. We're going to try to shovel that puck in, and while the broadcaster, I think you're going to try to sneak in one TV timeout here, as there hasn't been a lot of whistles this game. There's been a lot of flow to it, but it's been like a lot of defensive hockey. So it's a weird game. This is a weird game. It's like the Wild are playing extraordinarily defensively, but they don't really have much offense going. That's also credit to the Blackhawks playing decent defensively as well, but they don't really have any offense going. Neither of the goaltenders are being really challenged too much. Obviously, I'd say the Blackhawks a little bit more. And as a result, because there haven't been a lot of whistles, they've been sneaking these TV timeouts in the second half of the period. In the first intermission, we got a lot of new content here on the channel. And I guess the only really bright spot post-Olympic, I mean, there's been a few bright spots, let's be honest. Like Bobby Brink has actually played pretty damn good when he's been in the lineup. Euro's been playing damn good hockey as well. But I'd say Terasenko has been playing some of the best hockey of the season this last little stretch as well. Wish was helping to actually win games, but hey, he scored 2 back-to-back just the other night. I think it was last week anyways, late in the game. And it's like, you can't just do everything. You can't do everything. So I'll leave you guys with just a little segment here of Hoppy and Z talking about Tarasenko's play and where he should be slotted in to playoff. So we'll get to that in a little bit here. We still have a little bit of the first period, just over 3 minutes. Shots 8-7 for the Minnesota Wild. Feel it should be a lot more given the comparison to high danger chances to one another. 3:48. Face off to the left of Chicago. Netminder. Chicago wins the face-off again. What are the face-off numbers again? I know the Wild usually are really good in the face-off, but yeah, Chicago's poning them in the fucking face-off. Oh my goodness. Chicago with the goal. And I'm just talking about how face-offs are so important and how Chicago's been absolutely destroying them in the face-off dog here. Chicago wins the face-off. Making the play. Damn, I'm looking at the replay right now. Up through center. Nice, nifty play. Pass. Actually, he looks for it. Actually doesn't even make the pass because he whiffs on the fucking pass. Faber bites on the whiff pass and the cross-ice pass in front of the crease, and he puts it home. Or in the crease anyways, and he puts it home. He whiffed on the pass. Faber bit the whiff pass. And the Blackhawks open things up, ladies and gentlemen. Damn. More just bad luck for the Minnesota Wild here. What a way to score your first goal. To score the first goal of the game. That is pretty funny. All right, Chicago now leading 1-0. Wild need to win some fucking face-offs, man. Oh, Nazar chips it forward, but can't get that shot off. 3:09. The Wild seem a little frazzled right now. All this depth. Kaprizov out of the lineup against Chicago. They can't look this frazzled, ladies and gentlemen. 2:55. Shot by Terasenko, blocked by Brodin. Wild get this puck center and send it down the length of the ice, and they're going to change. 2:37. Minnesota sends it up the left side. Chicago gets it back. 2:24. And up through center. Here comes Chicago again. 2-on-2. Chicago with speed. Wild pressuring. Puck doesn't get through. Here comes Boldy. He's going to have to step up in this game without Kaprizov in the lineup. Brink was looking for the one-timer, unable to get that shot off. Wild lose it. Good back check. Boldy with it. Do you see the ECHL team called the Quad City Mallards? Yes! And they had such a cool logo. Good to see you, by the way. Good to see you, by the way. Oh, it's a pushing and shoving in front of the Blackhawks in net. Oh, and people are jumping into it. We got friggin', I don't want to say a line brawl here, but some line pushing and shoving here. Every player's in the mix. Bogosian, who's a big fucking dude, came flying in there like a fucking freight train. Oh, are we going to get a fight here? Some gloves are off. A helmet's off. Some pushing and shoving. Middleton, is he going to drop the gloves? Bogosian's looking. Does anyone want a piece of him? Nope. McCarron, helmet off. I mean, all the big dudes are out there right now. Grand Casino Arena, fucking losing their minds right now. All right, McCarron's going to the box. Let's see how the ref's going to divide the rest of these up. Bogosian's still yapping, by the way. But the ref's going to take him too. Looks like the ref's taking Bogosian as well. So what the fuck happened? So it was just a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. Boldy, there's some pushing and shoving in front of the net between Boldy, and then just like everyone just piled in there. They were like, "You ain't fucking touching Boldy anymore, bud," and everybody jumped in there. Middleton, Bogosian, McCarron, Foligno of the Nick variety. All right, so 2 each go to the box. Roughing, we got some 5-on-5 hockey. I mean, they're protecting Boldy. Gotta do it. 144. Chicago, they're not happy. They wanted a call on Bolt for the initial push on Del Mastro. All right, this game got interesting. All right, and Boldy out there on the ice, of course. He has to be. In the neutral zone. Chicago winning the face-off of the Wild back. 136. Behind the net. Battling for it still. Boldy in the mix now. Corner. And Bedard actually gets his puck out, but the Wild retrieve it. Quinn Hughes pass up the left side. Finds his man through center, but bouncing off some sticks, and the Blackhawks get it back. Hey, what's up, Bloody Soup? Go Wild. Good to see you. Quinn Hughes brings it into the zone himself, but then loses it. Final minute of the first period. And the Blackhawks are up 1-0. Terasenko fighting to keep this puck in, and he does. Backhand in front, a rebound, nobody there to put it home. 39 seconds. Again, Terasenko been playing some excellent hockey. Faber with it. He joins the rush. But he gets checked by Mikheyev. Little puck in the corner, pass in front, and the Wild can't put this one home. 23 seconds. Hartman battling for it. Puck kept by Faber. Zuccarello sends it behind the net, and the Blackhawks get it back. And the Wild can't hold the zone. And that's going to do it for period number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go over the stats here. We'll read your comments, and then we'll take a little break. But in the break, we'll leave you with a clip from the last Judd's Buds episode where Hoppy and Z talk about how in this little bit of a rut for the Minnesota Wild, I know they're coming off a win against this Blackhawks team here, but they still they're in a little bit of a rut here post-Olympic break. One of the shining stars, one of the only bright spots is Terasenko, Wild acquired for free this season, who's played excellent hockey. Barring the first 20 games, he's played excellent hockey, and he's been really standing out as of late. Who do I think will win? I do think the Wild will come back this one. Ask me again at the end of the second period. I might change my tune. Now, obviously, if it's a blowout, I'll from either team, I'll lean that direction. But if it's still close, maybe I'll change my tune. I think the Wild played the better half of the period, and I think they played really good to answer post killing off that Blackhawks penalty, but only for 2 minutes or so. And then the Blackhawks really just started to take advantage of their opportunities, crash the net a little bit better. Ryan Donato's been playing really good. Bedard's been playing really good. Nazar's been pretty active. Whereas I feel like the Blackhawks players have been oh so close, whereas the Wild players I want to see a little bit more from. All right, let's take a look at the stats here. All right, shots 10-8 for the Blackhawks. Block shots 3 for the Blackhawks, 2 for the Wild. Wild leading in hits 7-3, so at least they're being physical, but this is what's been burning them a little bit. Now, the Wild did win the last couple at the end of the period there, but Wild are usually 50% or above against teams, man. And the Blackhawks at one point, or was it 7-3 or 7-2? 9-5 right now. Yo, what's up, Creepy Colors? I haven't heard anything good, but I haven't heard anything detrimental right now either. I'm sure as soon as Joe Smith hears something, we will post. Hoppy will let me know. Oh, I got a text right now. It's not about that. A day off, maybe. Well, it ain't the NBA. Put it this way. I don't think it's anything super serious. I think at this stage in the season, where the Wild are at, how the cards are being dealt in this division, and who they're playing likely in the first round, either team, but likely Dallas. I think even if it's something minor, you make sure you address it right away. So not maintenance day like NBA, but I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. How's everybody doing on this Thursday? Smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's get a poll question up here. Then I'm going to leave you guys with a little segment from the latest Judd's Buds episode. And again, they were highlighting one of the only highlights of this last post-Olympic stretch for the Minnesota Wild, and that is Vladimir, the absolute legend himself, Terasenko, ladies and gentlemen.
The right way. How much does that rub off on you and the rest of the team?
What's a rub off means?
How much do you learn from that?
Okay. I used to sit in a different spot before all the time, on the side kind of, and those kind of things.
A fun little scrap at the end of the period. Indeed. Boldy shoving his check, and then couple too many hands on Boldy, and it erupts. It erupts. As it should. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. All right. Poll question. Oh, Matthews had successful surgery. It was just announced. Freaking do this. 3 months for Austin Matthews before he's back on the ice. So unexpected Kirill Kaprizov scratch. So at ESPN, broadcast right now, yeah, Emily Kaplan saying it's just he's just making sure everything's good. By the way, if you guys are on watching on X/Twitter, come over to YouTube. We're gonna poll question going right now. Then we'll leave you guys with a little bit of a segment here, but keep the comments coming. We're reading all your comments here throughout the break and throughout the stream, but we do live play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all the amazing folks in the live chat here. Live chat there. And directly after this live stream, this watch party, we will be recording / going live for a post-game show and a wildly informed episode. I think it's the 40th episode too. So join us for that. Brink looks fast, dude. I love that Bobby Brink is on this team. Good riddance, Jiricek. We got Damon Hunt and Bobby Brink. I'm fine. I'm fine with the whole situation. It's great. What should the poll question be, boys? What should the poll question be? All right. I got it. Are you concerned for the Minnesota Wild playoff performance? The kid has a nasty release too. Dude, I'm stoked. He was Bob McKenzie. Bobby Brink was Bob McKenzie. So TSN ran with a ton of segments about it. He was like Bob McKenzie's draft darling. He thought he should have been higher in the draft. All right. Poll question up. Vote in the poll question. Let me know what you voted for as well. Yeah, I'm super stoked with Bobby Brink on this team. When I heard they acquired him, I was excited. I am not concerned about the Wild's playoff play. I think this is an inevitable little rut in the season. I think they will be fine. First period of this game, concerning. Don't get me wrong, but we got 2 more periods. Let's see if they're able to right the wrongs here in this next 20-minute period of hockey. All right. By the way, shout out to everybody joining. Appreciate you all. Let's actually get to this segment here. Again, we're going to bring some positivity. I know Brett might bring you guys some analytics that might be not super positive here tonight. I haven't looked yet. I'm just saying. Sorry to throw Brett under the bus early. I didn't mean to do that. Brother. But I don't even know what to expect. I got to check out the outline here. I only grazed it. I only quickly looked through it and saw, okay, I need to actually save some visuals that we're going to bring up on the screen. So join us right after this game. The stream is already up. I'll actually share that in the chat with you right now. But long and the short of it, some positivity is Vladimir Terasenko. Dude, just pure mutants on the 4th line. The 3rd line's been fun to watch as well. So yeah, we will be live for a post-game show. But in the meantime, We're going to take a quick break here. On the other side, we'll be back for more Wild Blackhawks game coverage, play-by-play commentary, reaction, interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat here. But I've been loving Terasenko's play lately. The boys have been loving Terasenko's play lately. So we're going to actually leave you guys in the break here with a little segment with Hoppy and Z talking about Terasenko's amazing play lately. Do you see the Nashville Predators 2020 Winter Classic jerseys is my favorite. They're okay. They're okay. I do like the Nashville Predators jerseys overall. Good to see you, by the way. The Terasenko show. The Terasenko show indeed. And I just loved how Hoppy and Z gave him all the love that he deserved on this segment of Judd's Buzz. Check out the full episode wherever you get your podcast from, and also on YouTube. I'll be back in just a few minutes for more second period and live game coverage. But in the meantime, check out this segment with Hoppy and Z talking about Vladimir Terasenko.
The past 3 games, there's the 3 home games that they drop here. The power play just hasn't clicked, and they've had, like, in the Rangers game and the Toronto game, they had some ideal timing for some of those power plays. It just like didn't click. And then Shesterkin really turned it on, including doing what he does like every other game and just like drawing a penalty. That whole situation was nuts. So I look at like the last 3, like the shootout loss, the 4-2 loss, and the 4-2 loss again. A lot of it was just like, man, they did badly outplay like as a whole Rangers and Toronto. I do think there is a discussion now to have about like where the lines sit. And it's going to get complicated a little bit just with some injuries. Like Bobby Brank's not in the lineup right now. Hopefully he's back somewhat soon here. But it is going to be interesting how they want to approach this moving forward and going into the playoffs. Because you look at like it's crazy. I didn't really realize the drop off after like Kaprizov and Boldy both have 38 goals. They're right next to, they're at the top of the league, right behind McKinnon. After that, the next highest scorer is Terasenko, and obviously he scores 2 in less than 30 seconds against Toronto.
That was fun.
That's going to be interesting because, like, when you looked at what the lines were going to look like moving forward after the deadline, it was like Terasenko may somehow, some way, be the odd man out here. I don't think he can.
Probably first on the chopping block, is he not?
I think so. Here we go. This is where we have to talk about this. Like, if you need any goals outside of Kaprizov and Boldy, I think you need to play Terasenko more. Because that's a guy that, like, he could be asleep for 40 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's in the net. Like, I mean, he has that question. And you look at, like, Brock Faber's, I think, 4th or 5th in this team with 14 goals. That's a problem.
It's weirdly a problem and a solution. As I agree, he should not be 4th or 5th, but also, if you told me Brock Faber was going to have 14 goals at this point of the season, I would have laughed. So, like, it's like, I'm not mad, but I am mad. I don't know. But there we go. Thank you. I was just about to go into this. Is the Lizard King literally just the Russian whisperer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he's Hammer and everyone else is Sickle. I don't know. I think it's interesting because, yeah, fans are wondering, borderline demanding Kaprizov and Zuccarello being split. I'd be careful what we wish for there. Just because, like, Zuccarello doesn't suck. Let's be clear. James Anderson, if that is your real name.
I love that he's throwing bombs every game at this point. He's punching everyone.
Well, hey,
it's just trying to fight everyone. I love it.
Was there anyone in the arena more shocked that Carlo didn't go down the tunnel than McCarron?
McCarron, yeah.
Like, all I could think that whole time with, like, that whole, like, cross-check match and then the fight that ensued, McCarron's just like, how is Carlo still alive? I've seen what that little guy can do. It stings.
He's on the bed shaking it like... But yeah, no, I mean, there you go. So Minnesota's 2 pass happy, not a shoot first shoot scored to it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I am starting to be in the camp where I am more inclined to have Terasenko higher up in this lineup and playing like more minutes, like potentially in that top 6, because
But
outside of Kaprizov and Bold, you're not getting goals. Like, you're just not getting goals.
Agreed. But I think the answer is less shifting him up and more shift, like Zuccarello down to that line to play with him is actually intriguing.
Mhm.
I'm more just wondering who shifts up to backfill that spot.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to see.
Because I don't want Terasenko with Kaprizov. I don't want Terasenko with Boldy. I want Terasenko to be a separate driving entity in and of himself.
There is a part of me that would like to see more minutes just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity. I want to see. No, not just him. I'm saying I want to see, because I went and looked it up, like the amount of minutes they played together. It's not much, but the numbers are comical. Like, they played very few minutes, but I want to see a little bit of Kaprizov, Yurov, Terasenko. I want to see it a little bit more. Because, by the way, I don't care what anyone says. Yurov is playing ridiculously good hockey, no matter where he is in this lineup. And the more offensive looks he gets, I think the more he's going to pop. Like, that goal against Utah was a joke. That was sick.
I'm not questioning his ability. Do you think he is ready to take on that responsibility and that amount of minutes? That's my question.
Yes.
And I'm with you that there's no better time to try than what time we have left in the regular season. I'm just not ready to say game 1 of the postseason. I have conviction that Danila Yurov is that guy.
Well,
But
yeah, I don't think
let's
we're
find
ever
out.
going to have the conviction. But again, like, part of him playing in that, it's a great bit. It's just a great bit. Big fan. Big fan of that bit.
I actually didn't know about it.
Part of me that, like, is very comfortable with him playing higher up in the lineup and playing, whether it's, I mean, really, it's not. It's very funny. It's like he's either 1 or 3. It's because Zuccarello or Eriksson Ek's firmly in that 2 slot.
I do not want Ek in the 1 slot. Correct.
Right. No, so I just think it's in my head. It's very funny that it's like higher up the lineup. That means first line, not the 2 that's blocked off.
You know what? Maybe we flip it. Maybe we just say that Boldy and Ek are the first line. And then
yeah, actually, that changes everything. Actually, yeah, we just swap that. Yeah, but like, again, part of him playing up in the lineup, it's not necessarily to be driving offense, but like, he has shown himself to be a more than competent defensive center, but also he does have skill. He can make plays if you ask him to. But basically, right now, he's pretty much filling whatever role you ask him to fill. And when he's playing in that top 6, he's not the one responsible for driving offense or creating plays. Like, a lot of times, he just has to be a connector, whether it's like he's playing with someone like Kaprizov or Zuccarello or Bull. It doesn't really matter. That's why I would like to see him higher up in the lineup. Like, I think he can just fill that role. And like, I don't really. Like, I think in terms of just like raw skill, I think there's more there than over like a Ryan Hartman. And I think Ryan Hartman's suited for like a 3rd line role. And again, part of you can swap it out.
Did you see Cosgrove's? That's just perfect. Hoppy thinks we're Russian, like RUSSIAN. Yurov to the top line, or to the top of the lineup. Spoke Z thinks we shouldn't be Stalin. God damn it.
I know that he thought that. It was like, oh,
I must.
The keyboard lit on fire as he started typing.
I must.
Yeah. I want Europe higher up in the lineup. I just think that's where I land on this. And I think at this point, so here's where part of this goes too. And this is going to be part of the big discussion that's already been happening. As much as I love him, and as much as like it has been their most commonly used line, like the time on ice is not even that close. I do think Johansson at this point might be the odd man out. If you need goals,
do not tell Pam.
I know. I'm just hold on before we even start talking about what other people are saying. I don't care.
4th and points.
Let me just continue. If you need goals up and down this lineup, and outside of just
this interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products So make sure you shop the link in the description.
And we are back for the second period. Puck has dropped here, ladies and gentlemen. The Blackhawks lead 1-0 here against Minnesota Wild at home in St. Paul at the Grand Casino Arena. Shots 11-8 for the Blackhawks, a 1-0 where it counts. And already a little bit of pep in the step of the Wild and a backhand. That goes up and wide. Wild able to keep the zone. Spurgeon back to Hughes. Hughes and Spurgeon have been playing together quite a bit here tonight. Hughes loses it at the side of the net. Wild unable to keep the zone. And now actually Brock Faber, who gets on the ice, retrieves that puck up through center and a shot on net by Bobby Brink. And we're going to get a whistle. Hey, see you next period, buddy. A big shout out to everyone in the live chat here. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to vote in the poll question and join us for the post-game show and Wildly Informed. A little post-game show and Wildly Informed podcast live here on the channel after this. Stream is already up, ready to go, so go check it out. It's also in the chat here. All right, face off to the right of the Chicago netminder. And the Wild win the face-off, a key face-off here, and they've been struggling in this game in the face-off department. Brodin and Faber. Faber with it, sends it back around the net. Brodin pinches and unable to complete that play. And Chicago's going to send this back down the length of the ice, but for icing. So Wild for another face-off opportunity here deep in the Blackhawks zone. (18-0-1) the Wild are against the Chicago Blackhawks. But the last few OT, shootout and OTs, though. Blackhawks crawling to break that streak. And a great job by the Blackhawks for winning that faceoff. Send it into the offensive zone. And I don't know if that's offside or if that went out or whatever the case, but another faceoff here. So sloppy and slow start to this period. (18-31) Wild win the faceoff. Faber up the right side. And the Wild unable to get the puck out after dumping it, or puck back after dumping it in, but they do get it back in the zone. Faber again dumps it. Let's see if they can retrieve it in the corner. Blackhawks beat them to it. Big hit on the right side. Blackhawks able to fish out the puck. Wild can't get anything going possession-wise. Great work by Bedard. He sends it back to the blue line. Pass up in front, but good defense by the Minnesota Wild. And they're able to keep that puck on the outside, but back to the blue line. Right side. Good defense by the Wild. They get this puck back. Neutral zone. 2-on-2. And Faber goes for a change. And a hooking penalty on Minnesota. Chicago's going to go on the power play for the second time this game, and Trenyon takes the hooking call here. Minnesota did look good killing off that first power play, but Chicago did challenge them. And I did question that last power play. This one isn't a weak call by any means. The one on Hartman was fucking weak. This was not weak. This was a hook. As clear as a day, ladies and gentlemen. Clear as day. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and join us for our live podcast recording and post-game show on Wildly Informed on this channel. The link is, and stream's already set up. And link in the chat already. Bedard with it. Bedard looking left circle to the blue line. Back to Bedard. Bedard hit Nazar. Nazar unable to complete that pass, but Bedard back with it. Bedard try to set up Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi up in front, and body's hitting the ice, and the netting gets knocked off. 1 minute 34 seconds remaining on the power play. 16:59 on the clock, and the netting fell off, ladies and gentlemen. He had no whistle until well after the netting fell off. It was a beautiful play there. You can see Bedard's a little upset that they weren't able to put that one home. Woo, good save by Volstead. Bounced right into his chest. Yeah, Nazar pushed the Wild player, and he knocked off the netting. All right, face off to the left of Volstead. They're going to do it again. And good win by the Wild. The Wild are able to clear this one. 16:48. Blackhawks. Going up through center. And great job of the Wild holding the line. Bedard with some speed now. Bedard through center and a shot. Saved by Volstead. Nazar with it behind the net. Teravainen. Teravainen gets checked, but is able to send it back in the corner. Wild get it back, and they send it down the length of the ice. 55 seconds remaining on the Blackhawks power play. Levshunov hits Bedard. Bedard with speed. Bedard, draw pass to Nazar. Nazar able to get to Teravainen, back to Levshunov, left side to Bertuzzi. And he's just looking for Bedard. Finds Nazar at the circle. Nazar to the slot, tried to hit his man, but the Wild are able to poke this one down the length of the ice. 23 seconds remaining. One last play from the Blackhawks. Guys, if you're watching on Twitter/X, come over to our YouTube channel, the Sota Pod. Come support us here. All right, Rinzel, 5 seconds remaining. Back to the blue line. Burakovsky shot, and a nice save by Volstead. The penalty is over for the Blackhawks. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. Burakovsky, man. I keep forgetting he's with the Blackhawks. Matthew Schaefer is a beast New York Islanders player. He's so good. He's so good. The fact that he was so strongly considered for even Team Canada in the Olympics at this stage in his career, i.e. rookie fucking season, it was amazing. I cannot wait to see him further develop in the league. Great to see you, by the way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to smash that like button. What other games are you keen on this evening? Oh, a nice backhand opportunity by the Blackhawks. Save. Brock Faber with a nice move there, as he has been joining in the rush and or just taking this puck to the net himself in this period, trying to get some offense going without Quinn Hughes by his side. 14:41. Brink twirling pass, but unable to hit his man. The Wild are able to keep this in. Bogosian, who's actually had a really good season as well. Johansson with it. Back to Bogosian. Johansson behind the net. Bobby Brink. Brink tried for the centering pass, but that was broken up by the Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks were able to change and force us into the Wild zone, but the Wild get it back, and here comes Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes through center, but loses it. It's passed through center. In the Blackhawks zone, Wild pressuring. Wild, way better period thus far, despite going shorthanded. Wild are able to keep it in. Terasenko takes a whack at it and is able to keep it in. Middleton battling forward up against the wall. Puck comes loose, and here come the Blackhawks. Blackhawks can't bring it in clean. And they can't really hold it either. Minnesota, they get it back. Hartman. Oh, just misses his man in the slot. Wild still have it, though. They send it around the wall. Brodin into the corner. Dropping bodies. Trying to chop at it and get this puck on end of the Wild, but they cannot. Blackhawks having a tough time getting this puck out, though. Yurov keeps it in. Great play here by the young Danila Yurov. And unable to hold the puck in, but Minnesota's still with possession. They get it back into the Blackhawks zone. Bobby Brink with a nice play to keep this in. No call, even though Bobby Brink was whacking the puck a little bit and a broken stick on the Blackhawks. 12:30 remaining in the period. Blackhawks still up by 1. Blackhawks having a tough time getting the puck out of their zone, and when they do, even just winning the battle in the neutral zone. Puck back in the neutral zone. Quinn Hughes with it. And a nice centering pass. Wild get that shot up. What a save. What a save by the Blackhawks. Best save of the game so far for either of the goaltenders. What a play as the Minnesota Wild are firing on all cylinders right now. And Brock Faber trying to do everything himself. What a play there by Brock Faber, man. Oh, my goodness. The Wild doing everything they can to beat Spencer Knight. So it's 11:14. We're going to a TV timeout. Way better period, especially way better few minutes here for the Minnesota Wild. Doing everything but scoring. Clearly getting a little momentum after killing off that power play, which honestly, they were playing some pretty good hockey after killing off their power play, or the Blackhawks power play in the first period. I will say, Boldy a little quiet here in this second period. Was doing a lot more little things in the first. All right, let's take a look at the poll question. Oops. Sorry, I'm dog sitting / house sitting, so I don't have my legit setup right now, guys. But I think we're getting the job done. Everyone said I sound all right, so. All right, are you concerned for the Minnesota Wild's playoff performance? 45% of you say yes. 36% of you say no. 18% of you say, what's a rub-off mean?
The right way. How much does that rub off on you and the rest of the team?
What's a rub off means?
All right, back from the TV timeout. What a shit visual entering the freaking T-Mobile Arena. All right, face off to the right of Spencer Knight. And the Wild win the faceoff. The Blackhawks bomb up through center and able to get the puck back and force this all the way down the length of the ice. Wallstead actually forced to make a play. Blackhawks get it back, send the puck behind the net. Wild in the corner. What's up? What's up, Glenn? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's your evening going? 11:47. And is this going to be icing? $11:46. And puck in the Blackhawk zone. Face off in the Blackhawk zone here again. Blackhawks win it. Up through center. Gonna ice it again. Oh. By the way, for those who are on Facebook, Twitter/X, Facebook and Twitter/X watching, come over to our YouTube channel, The Sota Pod. That's where our energy goes into. We have videos that drop every single day, streams, multiple streams every week. And we even have a post-game show and Wildly Informed podcast recording and live stream after this. So YouTube is the place to be. Come over here and join our YouTube channel. 11:33, and the Blackhawks are with it. Shot that goes left and wide. Bertuzzi gets the rebound, though, sends it through or pass it into the slot, but the Blackhawks are unable to get a shot off. There's a shot, though, and that goes wide. Nice a little play. Sequence of play, anyways, by the Blackhawks there. And the Wild get it back at center. Nice cross-ice pass. Wild unable to hold it. And nice breakout here by the Blackhawks. Bedard. Up the wall. Burakovsky. To Grzelcyk and a shot and blocked shot. Ouch. Slow to get up. We have a whistle blown. Sturm blocks that shot and he is hurt. Looks like more than just a stinger. His right leg or knee. Trainer helping him off the ice immediately. As Sturm went down after blocking that one. Straight to the room. Oh, side of the right ankle. Side of the right ankle. Ouch. Ouch. Let's hope that he's okay. It looked like it was just above the ankle, and that's never a good spot. It's a spot without a lot of padding. Let's hope he's okay. 10:37. Already with the depleted lineup here tonight for the Wild. Puck goes into their bench. And the puck actually hit Hartman. What are we doing here, boys? It hit Hartman in the left hand. Oh, my goodness. Puck goes... Oh, jeez. Hartman tried to catch the puck and actually hurt his left hand a little bit by the looks of it. Ouch. Oh, up the left side of the Blackhawks. Great defense by Bogosian. Bogosian with it behind the net, sends it around. Blackhawks still have it. They keep it in the zone. Middleton with a good defensive play behind the net. Wild force into the neutral zone, but they lose it. Blackhawks right back with it, but the Wild get it back instantaneously. Boldy just losing it at the Blackhawks line. No, I haven't seen the new Hershey Bears jersey. Let me check it out. And we have a TV timeout, so it's perfect timing. Hershey Bear New Jersey? You said the 2025? 2024, 2025. Let's check it out. Is that the one? Is that the black and... Is it the black and like cream? It's pretty good. I like the Capitals night when they had like the screaming bear. That one was super cool. Look up Hershey Bears Screaming Bear. That one's super cool. What a great franchise though. Like they're one of the better, I think, even like revenue wise too, and popularity wise, one of the better HL teams out there. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. We want to at least get to 20 likes, man. We have like more than 20 people watching. We got under 20 likes. So smash that like button if you haven't already. Vote in the poll question. We got 30 votes, but not 30 likes. What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Let me know what your favorite wacky jersey, like non-NHL jersey is, by the way. Mine will always be OG BCHL Victoria Salsa. Foligno, McCarron. No love loss. All right, 958. Face off at center. And the Minnesota Wild win the face-off. Behind the net. Wild trying to set something up. Boldy with a shot. Not sure if that went through or if it's a pad save. Can the Wild win? They're only down by 1, so definitely can win this game. 9:31. Wild trying to get this one in, but the Blackhawks good defense at the blue line. Nice spinning move again by Boldy to get this puck in. Blackhawks get it back. Right side. And icing by the Blackhawks. Again, Marcus Foligno out due to injury right now. Hopefully, Sturm is okay, but yeah, that's the worst spot to block a shot. Right above the ankle, not a lot of padding. Face off to the right of Spencer Knight. Battling for it in the corner in the Blackhawks zone. See if the Wild can come out with it. 8:55 on the clock. Wild have not had a power play yet, by the way. 0 for 2 for the Blackhawks. Speaking of the Blackhawks, able to break up that Wild play, but Quinn Hughes comes away with it, and he's going for a rush now. Evades a big hit, and Quinn Hughes comes up the right side, leaves it at the blue line. Hughes now back to the blue line. Johansson behind the net. Johansson looking for somebody, anybody. He gets his pocket picked. Johansson gets his pocket picked. Thank God he's a quick skater, but doesn't matter because a backhand by Connor Bedard. It doesn't matter how fast you are, Johansson. Bedard's going to be faster than you, and a backhand by Bedard in the slot, and this is a 2-0 game. A freaking Connor Bedard show. Johansson tried to do his best Quinn Hughes impression, but he loses it. Tried to hook Bedard to that left side, but Bedard still put it home, and this is a 2-0 game. My guy, Johansson, can't be doing that. Jarmelson. 8:07. And the Wild have a deeper hole to dig themselves out of here, as we're just over the halfway point of this hockey game. I mean, it's a deep hole. The announcer, no, now they're in a deep hole. I mean, it's a hole. It's a hole. Deeper, but goals have been hard to come by in this game. God, he's just so fucking good. What a backhand play by Connor Bedard. A backhand shot by Connor Bedard. Little cheeky play by or cheeky celebration by Bedard as well. Thanks for coming out to the audience here in St. Paul. 7:42. And the Wild are able to pressure this into the Blackhawks zone. Blackhawks have it, though. And they send it to Bertuzzi at center. Bertuzzi can't calm this down, but he is battling for it in the corner. To the right of Volstead, behind now. Hughes and Faber on the ice together. Hughes sends it up, but pass unable to be held on to. Wild can't hold the line. Andrew Mangiapane here for the Blackhawks with speed, sends it around, but Hughes actually picks his pocket. Quinn Hughes with it, left side. Hughes up the wall. Hunter Haight drives the net and unable to score his first NHL goal, but a nice opportunity by Hunter Haight. He drives the net and draws a penalty as well. Now the Wild will go on the power play for the first time in this game. Hunter Haight with a great play and drawing the penalty here. Holding call against the Blackhawks. Good drive, good drive. Fucking weak call. Weak. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it here in Minnesota, but that was a weak call. What is going on with the NHL? That was one of the weakest holding calls I've ever seen. Great job winning the faceoff by the Blackhawks, and they send it down the length of the ice. Let's see if the Wild can even set anything up on the power play. Hughes to Zuccarello. Hughes goes to the net. Zuccarello, Terasenko shot. And what a save by Spencer Knight. It hits his helmet, actually, and his helmet gets knocked off. Popped it right off. Terasenko, man, he's had the hot stick here, but yeah, puck right on the net of Spencer Knight. Cheeky. Dude, Zuccarello's been fucking cheeky lately. Batting away the friggin' helmet. I feel bad for the fans that the remaining games are not going to get to see the Stars. More likely not great effort coasting into the playoffs because we know our fate. What a negative way to close out the season. Fucking corruption. How so? How so? 6:24. Hughes. Up to Terasenko. Shot. Boldy misses the net. Terasenko to Hughes. Freaking Thomas thinks this is the NBA. Hartman in front of the net. Can't shovel this home. Great save by Spencer Knight. Hartman actually dove to try to get this. Good read by Spencer Knight. Recognizes this play and makes the save. Tarasenko's been looking damn good on this power play, though. What a pass, man. Just Hartman could not get his stick on it. Six minutes remaining in the period. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Minnesota with it. Behind the net, Zuccarello. Boldy to Quinn Hughes. Hughes. Shot, tried to find Hartman. And the Blackhawks are able to force this one out. Zuccarello back to Hughes. Hughes to Zuccarello. Hartman in alone, but nice job by the Blackhawks getting in front of him and getting this puck down. It's like Ant says, what if someone spends the last of what they got to come see me and I'm half-assing it? It's not fair to them. Again, this isn't basketball, Thomas. Go watch the NBA if you think that's how hockey's played. 5 minutes and 9 seconds. The NBA welcomes your kind. 5:01. Johansson up through center. Johansson backhand, try to find someone in the slot. Puck bouncing up, no one there. And 4 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. Good job by the Blackhawks killing off that power play. Two shots on goal on the power play for the Wild, but unsuccessful. Spurgeon looking for the shot. That goes right and wide. Puck trickles down all the way into the Wild zone. Faber with it. Faber, backhand pass up through center. Nice passing play. Shot and score! I feel bad because Thomas just thinks that this is the NBA and these guys aren't even going to play hockey at all. Not even going to put any effort in. Thomas doesn't even want them to put any effort in. But Sturm, after blocking a shot, putting in, I don't know what that word is again, effort, coming back and scoring this one is the most non-NBA shit that I've ever seen. Sturm, after blocking a shot, going off the ice, getting looked up by the medical team, comes back and ends up scoring this one, 5-hole shot. And Thomas wishes he was watching the NBA right now. 1-goal game, ladies and gentlemen, 1-goal game. Chicago still leading by 1, and this has been a tough game to find offense. Four minutes on the clock. It's just funny you think that hockey players don't show any effort. It's crazy to me that you think that that's what's going down right now. Don't get me wrong. A little injury, some soreness by Kaprizov. They're gonna make sure that he's fine. They're gonna sit him. They're gonna sit him, but they're not gonna do maintenance days. This isn't the NBA, my friend. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the. We're just looking at that backhand shot by Connor Bedard again. And that was Johansson trying to do his best Quinn Hughes impression, losing the puck right at basically near the blue line anyways. Bedard picks his pocket and just bombs down the ice. Beautiful Crosby-esque backhand goal. Johansson's quick. Most players, Johansson on the back check there, probably could have caught and he would have righted his wrong, but not with Connor Bedard. Not with Connor Bedard. What do we have? Just under 4 minutes remaining in this second period. Wild are able to get 1 goal here. They still have a hole to climb out of, and goals have not been easy to come by. Scoring and just shots have been relatively low in this game thus far. 16 shots for the Blackhawks, 17 for the Wild. Wild 0 for 1 on their power play. Blackhawks 0 for 2. They had a power play in the first period and 1 here in the second. I will say that probably only should have been 1 power play for the Blackhawks. Their first call was pretty weak, and that call on the Wild was pretty weak as well, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Do you think the Wild can come back in this one? Do you think they're mailing it in NBA style? Are you concerned with any player in particular? Like, I think in the first period, Boldy was doing a lot of good things, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit in this second period. I think Terasenko's been playing a really good game. Hunter Haight in his small moments has been doing the right things. Was able to draw that penalty, which I like. John Robuski is a former head coach of the Gwinnett Gladiators, now Atlanta ECHL. Is now a head coach of Team USA Women's Ice Hockey. Hey, shout out to John. That's super cool. Well, I'm glad to see Sturm's okay back on the bench. Not only that, but scoring goals. .327 and the Wild bringing it into the Blackhawks zone. They send it in front, and some pushing and shoving in front of the net here again from the big boys. Buckets getting knocked off too here. McCarron, Johansson, and Nick Foligno. What a fun line. Michael McCarron, 6'6", 230. I mean, that's some size. That's some size, all right. Mangiapane's almost the one that got knocked off there. What even really caused that? It was Mangiapane, I think, who shoved Nick Foligno. Bummer. I won't get to see Hunter tomorrow night in DSM. Old Jerry gonna carry the load though. Dude, Thomas. All like, playful jabs back and forth aside. It's good to see you. And how crazy and how even though the Iowa have again been not the greatest team this season, and it's been really frustrating, the lack of development and just a shit show that it has been. Old man Jerry Mayhew coming back to just continue to sell tickets has been amazing. Leading the team, mind you, I think it's only like 30 some points on the season. It might even be less. Still, him coming back, leading the season. He's not even that old. What is he like? He's like 34 or something like that. But I mean, he's worth the price of admission. Certainly one of my favorite AHL players of all time. 246. The Iowa Wild star, Jerry Mayhew. I have a signed Jerry Mayhew AHL All-Stars puck that I will hold near and dear to my heart. 235 and a shot by the Blackhawks, and Volstedt making that save. I heard the Iowa Heartlanders, the ECHL, though, not doing too good. They're basically run out of money. And things are so bad that they have to postpone games to be played in other arenas at the end of the later in the season, so in a few weeks, and who knows if they're going to be moved or just fold. It's unfortunate. I can take the chirping, no biggie. It's $2 beer night. Can't beat that Nico Sturm bobblehead night too. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Nico. $2 beer night is amazing. There was a bar in Tubac, Arizona I was in a few weeks ago, and they had $4 Coors Banquet, which I thought, couldn't get any better than that. And another kerfuffle here, and the gloves are coming off. Hartman in the mix, but they're not really throwing hands. Big hit, and Hartman goes right at Kaiser. Can't beat $2 beers. Can't beat a bobblehead night. Gotta love this sport. $2.15. Yeah, and offense isn't really going at all, but they're hoping they can maybe get in ahead of the Blackhawks players or just continue the physicality here, as they were leading in hits for what it was worth at the end of the first period. I wonder where it's at now. Let's take a look. 16-6 as far as hits go. And again, maybe for regular season against the Blackhawks doesn't really mean anything in this game, but that will mean something in the playoffs. Oh, Hartman's chirping right now too. The Des Moines Buccaneers are just more popular here in Iowa than the Wild and Heartlanders. It's actually crazy how packed the Bucks arena is every game. No way. I mean, Des Moines big enough for the Iowa Wild have some prospects who are buzzing and a good team, and I could see it be popular. Yeah, I was gonna say Bedard, wasn't that high stick? And then Hartman with the cheeky little hit, and that's what just started everything. But yeah, probably tough in other parts of the state for sure. Warren Fogle is the new captain of the Ottawa Senators, adding the letter C on his jersey. Wait, what? They stripped Brady Tkachuk of the C? I don't think that's true. And it looks like the Chicago Blackhawks are going to go on the power play here. Getting the official call. Oh, wait, never mind. No call? No penalty. All right. No penalty. So Bedard hit Spurgeon, and then Hartman hit Bedard. They're just calling it a clean, I guess, a clean slate of. All right. We'll take it. We'll take it. 212. No calls in that at all. Shot on net and a save by Spencer Knight in the Blackhawks. So Kaiser with the double minor and Hartman for roughing. Double minor. Oh, okay. Double minor for roughing for Kaiser and double minor for Hartman too. They went down the tunnel. 2 minutes remaining. And the Blackhawks chip it in. Volstedt sends it around the net towards Hughes. Hughes sends it up the left side. Terasenko can't hold on to it cleanly, but if he could have, man, he would have been sprung up that right side for a beautiful chance. Spurgeon knocked down. He was pinching. And the Blackhawks ice the puck yet again. This, like the first period had a lot of flow to it, not a lot of whistles. The second period, complete opposite. Super choppy. All right, let's see if the Wild can tie this up late here. They got 1:30 to do it. And this puck's going to go up and out of play. Faceoff will come back in the Chicago zone to the left of Knight. Brink's going to come out. Hate's going to actually stay there to take the faceoff. So Hate, Boldy, and Brink. Hate loses the draw. Blackhawks with it, back to the blue line. Shot, nice save by Volstedt. Boldy up the right side. Boldy. Got it to Spurgeon. Spurgeon within the corner. Takes a big hit, but Spurgeon's still with it. Spurgeon tries to spring his man up front. Boldy with it, but unable to get the shot off. Boldy back to the blue line. Hughes, top of the circle. Hughes, still with it. Hughes. One-timer shot, and Bogosian was just off the bench there and actually got a nice one-timer through traffic in front of the net. 52 seconds left. And Spencer Knight makes that save yet again. And again, what a great game by Spencer Knight. Quinn Hughes is fucking insane, man. Quinn Hughes is fucking insane. 53 seconds. Wild win the faceoff. Shot. Another save through traffic by Knight. The Wild are going to try to win faceoffs and fire this puck at Knight. They're going to get a rebound, or one's going to trickle through eventually, right? 20 shots on net for the Wild, 17 for the Blackhawks. Mild stink at home. They'll get swept in round one easily. They've been good at home for the most part this season. Just they've been in a little bit of a funk post-Olympics. Tough to play against, though. The amount of hits, the amount of bullshit between whistles, and their defense has actually been tremendous tonight. It's just they haven't been able to find that offense. Which again, against the Blackhawks, you'd think they could do a little bit better. Got to give a little credit to Spencer Knight as well. Final 5 seconds. And the Blackhawks just going to hold on to it. And after 40 minutes, Chicago up 1 here, 2-1. We're in a game where goals have been tough to come by, where defense has been the most pronounced friggin' thing tonight here for both of the teams. It's not been the most exciting game, and there's been a few players on both teams who are leaving a lot to be desired. Boldy, I'll say Zuccarello a little bit in particular for the Wild. I'm honestly warming up to the idea of trading for Brady if we can't get Austin Matthews, Nico H. or Robert Thomas. Zook on the second with Senko seems to have chemistry. I think that Billy Guerin is still going to try to get one of his American big boy fishes at some, maybe not just American, but gonna try to get a big fish early in the summer or early next season. All right, let's quickly go over the box score here. Let me just bring it up on ESPN. And then we'll take a quick break, and we have another segment of Judd's Buds I'm going to leave you guys with, talking about just playoff lines and how they're going to shape up. Yes, they might be mild in the playoffs against Dallas and or a Colorado if they do end up playing them somehow, some way. But it'd still be interesting to see how the lines shake out now that they have a lot of big bodies, now that they have a lot of depth in the lineup, and especially when guys get healthy again, Foligno in particular, Marcus Foligno in particular. Okay. So, Matt Boldy, 13 minutes on ice. He's had 2 shots on net. Bobby Brink, 1 shot on net, 10 minutes of ice time. Hunter Hayes with a surprising 7 minutes. Ryan Hartman, 12. He's had 3 shots on net. Marcus Johansson with 3 shots on net, just under 10 minutes. Michael McCarron, he's had a couple of hits. Stern with the goal, obviously. Terasenko with 2 shots on net. He's just under 12 minutes, 13 shifts. Trenton with a couple shots. Yurov has been okay. He's had a couple really good plays, but has been quiet other than that. And Zuccarello with 3 shots on net as well, just over 12 minutes. On the back end, Faber with 2 shots. Actually, every defenseman has had a shot on net. Bogosian with 3 big hits. Faber with 15 minutes, Hughes 17, and Jared Spurgeon with just over 15 minutes on ice as well. Hate's first point. Let's go, baby. Drawing the penalty too was huge. It would have been icing on the cake if he was able to win that face-off late in the period. I like the Reebok Edge collar design because I don't like the Adidas Fanatics collar. I don't like the Adidas. I like the Adidas way more than the Fanatics. I like the Adidas way more than the Fanatics one. Give a shout out to Hunter Haight on a insanely mild Iowa Wild team. He's actually he's deserving of the call-up. Yeah, sure, he's not going to score as many goals as he did last year, but somehow the team is worse than last year, so I don't even really blame him. Yes, obviously he's really important to the team. I don't think him being out is the reason they're playing this bad. I think that there's a few guys who just aren't stepping up to the plate. Zuccarello, Johansson, and Boldy in particular are leaving a lot to be desired. I think Terasenko is actually having an excellent game. And I know he's still a rookie, but like I would like to see a little bit more of Yurov. It just like defensively and physically, and even like just neutral zone control and the battles there, everything's going right for the Wild. Just offensively, they just cannot get anything going. And yes, that is a big knock on them, but like you got to give some credit where credit is due. Like Spencer Knight's playing pretty damn good, especially in that second period. And the Blackhawks are doing a good job of separating the puck from the Wild's possession before they can really get their cycle going at all. But absolutely, absolutely. Him being in the lineup just opens up so many more doors for offense down the lineup and negates games like this. But we've seen games like this with him in the lineup too, where it just doesn't seem to go his way. We just expected that they would play better against the Blackhawks last game, but obviously in this one as well. I'm pretty sure there's a stat that the Wild lose more without Ek in the lineup than Kaprizov. That stat might be different now, but I know at one point in the season there was a stat. It's crazy. The Wild are one of 3 teams that haven't been shut out this year. That is pretty incredible. That is pretty incredible if you think about it. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. Don't forget to vote in the poll question too if you're watching on Facebook and or Twitter/X. Come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube because we are going to be jumping over to a key segment from Judd's Buds earlier this week. If you haven't already, check out the last Judd's Buds episode, wherever you get your podcast from, or here on the channel. Also, post-game show in less than an hour. Post-game show / wildly informed recording and live stream. Links in the chat right now. Brett and I will be live talking about this game and a bunch of other shit that's happened in the last couple of weeks. We're not going to be going over everything that's happened in the last 6 weeks because we haven't done a show in 6 weeks. But Brett's put together a really good show, and I'm excited to get back online in a little bit after the game and talk some more Wild hockey with you all. Speaking of Wild hockey, how are the lines going to shape up? How is the depth going to be allocated as the Wild go into the first round of the playoffs? Z and Hoppy talked about just that on the last episode of Judd's Buds. Check out the full episode or this segment alone, but here's a little snippet of it, and then we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes on the other side, probably 5 to 6 minutes on the other side for play-by-play commentary and live coverage of the third period of this Wild and Blackhawks midweek series. Can they come back and win this game in hopefully less dramatics than on Tuesday? We shall see. But in the meantime, here's a snippet from the last Judd's Buds episode.
I don't know what the timeline looks like for Moose, correct? That's still up in the air?
I don't believe so.
Okay. My big question is, in your mind, what is the fourth line? And is it something that they're going to rotate and roll regularly, or do they lock in on a set fourth line?
Yeah, so that's where we go next. Nick Foligno comes in, joins his brother for future considerations. Good on the Blackhawks for, by the way, just being well, and because he's been a key piece of, if you want to put anyone in Chicago, the key piece. Also he put up 15 fucking goals last year, and obviously a big time locker room guy, captain.
Really cool t-shirts.
And when Connor Bedard is 20 years into his fucking career, people will be like, "Hey, who helped you with the league?" Nick Foligno's would be one of the first guys that they mentioned. So, yeah. So yeah, I love the guy. He was here in Boston before he went to Chicago, and he was I love Nick Foligno.
They're great guys.
Just an incredible human being. But shout out Chicago for just being like, "Hey, do you want to go? All right, just do futures. We don't need to try to fucking finagle a pick. It's fine."
JM Witt 30. Are we sure the trade deadline has passed? I don't see Gustav Nyquist on the roster. Bill Guerin learned. Bill Guerin can learn.
Well played. By the way, I think the next day after we did the show with Brett, Gustav Nyquist scored his first goal of the year. I think it was literally the next day.
Of course.
But whatever. I think it's going to be a rotating cast. Again, we know the health issues. And again, Sturm clearly got the message. Nico Sturm obviously has not been exactly the player that we were hoping or anticipating when they signed that 2-year deal. But now you look at the fourth line, you've got the rotating cast of the both Folignos, McCarron, whatever, Sturm. Then we'll see how the lineup shakes out. Probably Trenton, although he maybe on the third line too. But like, I think they just gives them more options. We talked about this last week as well. With like, you look at how the Panthers have rolled out their forward lines the past couple of years in the playoffs. Like they've had 5-6 guys rotating in and out in that fourth line. So again, Foligno probably not gonna be an everyday guy, but like really good defensively, strong penalty killer, and he knows his role. And I mean, he's just going to be another phenomenal guy in the locker room. And the fact that both Folignos are going to be in there, it's also very funny. And I was going back and forth, like fully healthy. I don't even know what I actually would probably throw out there. Like probably both Folignos and McCarron.
I think that's what everyone expects. But
like,
then it goes back to what you said earlier. Like, how scared are you going to be when they're out on the ice if they get caught by anyone with speed? Because they can't move.
Marcus, go. Hopefully you can skate full speed again. I don't know. Or Trenton, you're out there now on the fourth line and just go full pelt. Because that guy, by the way, I was like, Trenton might get drug tested after this Vegas.
Fourth line.
Like, Trenton might. I thought he was going to get drug tested after the Vegas game. He was flying around.
Of all of the players who like fans have turned on so decisively, and like, hand up, I'm not going to sit here and say that I was stoked on the Trennian signing. I'm not going to say that I was like a defender of him in his first year. It wasn't good. But everyone needs to be looking around and like, oh, wait, yeah, he kind of matters. And he could be a big piece of this in the postseason now that he's got his legs under him.
Yeah. And Thomas brings up a good question. All healthy, which apparently doesn't happen here.
Yeah,
Terasenko, it's tough to imagine, but like it might be and actually I think to Cole's point a few comments later, it might be not just the fourth line, but like third and fourth line, it might be dependent aside from just like full health or whatever, but like who they're playing. Sure. Because you wonder where Bobby Brink's going to end up long term. And we talked about
really
Brett,
hope
like
he can make it work on the second line.
Right. So then that puts Johansson down. And at that point, you've got or Zuccarello, I guess. Not happening. But I mean, you do have like plenty of you have plenty of options now on your third and fourth line. All healthy. It's going to be it's a good problem for John Hines to have, obviously. But I mean, we talked about bringing a guy like Bobby Brink. If he can play on that second line, then you're pushing guys that probably should be further down the lineup, even though Johansson's had an awesome year. I mean, who knows if he's going to stay healthy. He started awesome.
It hasn't been as good of late, but
yeah, it's funny too. Like he still will get his points, and they're just like, what do you do? It's like, oh, he entered the zone and dropped the puck. Okay, that sounds all right. Hey, clean zone entry, we'll take it. Though.
I'll take the entry. Yeah,
yeah, and I mean, you have to. It's tough to like. It also we never even mentioned Robbie Fabry, who also was be another guy to be in and out probably. So you have a whole lot of options, and hey, it's a good problem to have. If I'm going to sit there and try to make the lineup, if they're all healthy, it's fucking hard.
Good problem to have.
Because I mean, we've also seen it was like a month and a half where Terasenko was, he was putting up goals again, and I think that's kind of been the story. It's like hot cold, but I do think maybe it does depend on who you're playing, what the matchups look like, but it's tough. And again, good problem for Hines to have. We'll see how it goes. But my big question is going to be, what do they do at center? Are they going to they're going to do the Hartman on top and Yurov?
What else can you
do? I went and looked up all the time on ice numbers for all their forward lines. The underlying numbers with Yurov on that top line, regardless of who was on the wings, it's like him, Kaprizov, Zuccarello, or him, Kaprizov, Boldy. Ridiculous. I mean, Yurov's been really good. Like the underlying number as far as chances going, chances for, chances against. It's funny too. Like a lot of the expected, they play really well, but then there's just for whatever reason, it just doesn't always translate. There's very few combos that have been together for more than 20 minutes total all season at 5v5. Where there's a big discrepancy between goals for and goals against, but the underlying numbers are just confusing. So I don't know. I have a nagging suspicion it'll be Hartman on line 1 with Yurov on line 3, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'd like to see them continue tinkering with it a little bit here as we get closer.
Cole says, Bill Guerin seems to have assembled 4 lines of, oh, fuck, I got to play him. Hartman, Kaprizov, Ek, Boldy, and the Murderers on the 3rd and 4th lines. I don't know. Short of not having our 1C, which that would solve so many things. Like, really, it is a good roster. You've got 2 lines that the other teams have to worry about. And if that whole Russian experience 3rd line can regain form, that is the difference maker. We've seen it every year. The teams that go far are the ones that have a 3rd line that makes a difference, that can go head to head with another team's 3rd line and cave them in. And I'm not going to sit here and say with confidence that we have that. I do think that it is something we could potentially see. And maybe it ends up being that Yurov gets a chance on the 1st line and he doesn't look back. And then you've got Hartman down there for some snarl, and it's kind of a different identity 3rd line. But that 3rd line, and whether or not Hartman can have staying power on the 1st line, that's really what I'm looking at for whether or not this team will be successful. Outside of the big question mark of health, which is always the case.
Yeah. And we'll say too, another big thing that and I've said this multiple times, we ever talk about like the top 6 center quote unquote issue. I don't really think it's a huge issue, to be honest with you, but like it would be one thing. I mean, it would be one thing, like, again, just coming from the Boston Bruins, be one thing if it was like, but we had David Pastrnak as far as drivers. They don't have, like, Boston doesn't really have a center that drives play. In Minnesota, you've got Kaprizov, you've got Boldy, and they can drive. And it's a different issue. Like, I mean, because you've got those guys out on the ice, ostensibly, like pretty much constantly, those are guys that drive play by themselves. So a lot of times, like the Minnesota Wild, like I'm glad they didn't go out and mortgage the few assets they have left for someone like a Vincent Trocheck, because you do have guys that drive. You like really need more of a connector more than the guy that drives play himself. Again, having like a true 1C, yes, I mean, like every single team in the NHL would love to have that. And Minnesota obviously would love to have that. But I think not moving out the only ring assets that you have left for a guy that you hope can be a top 6 center. I'm glad they did not do that, because again, you still have Matt Boldy, who is, again, he came back from the Olympics and is still a fucking dog. What a goddamn player. Some of the shit he's been pulling too, I'm like, I love this kid. $7 million per, thank you.
And makes a good point too. Like, Quinn Hughes' addition makes a big difference. He can drive a lot from the blue line. That can't be ignored. For me, it's not a matter of like, oh, we need a true 1C to make it work. It's long term, is Hartman going to be that guy to make things run for Kaprizov and Zuccarello? Because let's be real, like, he's the 3rd wheel. We know it. We make fun of the commercial all the time, and it's very funny. But like, he just needs to be there and help things flow as they should. And I'm not saying he can't or that he won't, because I think he can.
This interview is brought to you by
it is
our
a big
friends
question
at
mark
Waggle.
because
Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products, so make sure you shop the link in the description.
And we are back live here for the 3rd period of this midweek series between the Wild and the Blackhawks. The Wild in Chicago on Tuesday come away with the win. Blackhawks come away with a point in that one. And now the Blackhawks have been leading the Wild throughout this entire game. They were up 2-0 at one point, scoring the first period, scoring the second. Wild were able to answer in the second period. Sturm, after blocking a shot and going down the tunnel for a bit, comes back and scores a goal later in the second period. 19:43 in the third right now, as the Wild did look like the better team going into their locker rooms at the end of the second, but it's just been a tough one for both teams to find offense here tonight. Very physical game, very defensive first game, and Spencer Knight's actually made some excellent saves. Wild, in absence of Kirill Kaprizov, seemed to be a little bit frazzled, but have started to get their groove going, and even just some of the guys' individual plays started to get a little bit better there at the end of the second. Vote in the poll question, comment in the live chat. Don't forget to like the video. Let's get back to the play-by-play here as the Wild drive the net. Terasenko tried to find someone in the slot, but there were only Blackhawk players there to break things up, and puck gets forced down all the way into the Wild zone. Burakovsky has it for the Blackhawks. He sends it in front of the net. That goes left and wide. Faber, good job to break that one up. Sends it up the left side. Puck goes into the Blackhawks zone, and they retrieve it. Faber and Hughes back out there together. And shot dumped in by the Minnesota Wild. Blackhawks come away with it. Wild, good defense. Boldy helping to separate the man for the puck there, and Faber goes down the length of the ice, corner, battling for it. Faber can't do everything himself there, and Blackhawks get it back, but good job having reinforcements behind the net. They're able to get the puck, and they send it down the length of the ice, and no one can touch it, and that's going to be icing. Bobby Brink doesn't get there in time. 17:57. First period, a lot of flow to it, not a lot of whistles. They actually had to pile in a lot of their TV timeouts like at the end, like in the last 5 minutes, 7 to 5 minutes of the period. Second period was the opposite, man. So choppy in play. A lot of whistles, a lot of extracurriculars post-whistle. Calls it took a while to figure out what the hell was going on. Penalties. Blackhawks win the face-off, battling for it. Circle, stick battle, and Blackhawks come away with it. Nice pass, and that doesn't get to the net there. Looks like Rinzel was trying to get the shot. Wild end up with the puck through center. Here come the Wild. Nice cross-ice pass, but backhand wasn't able to put it home. Bedard with it. Bedard with a shot doesn't get through. Nick Foligno is reunited with his brother Marcus in Minnesota. That he is. 17-17. I mean, they haven't played together yet, but hopefully Marcus will come back soon. The Wild are able to keep this puck in. Corner, battling for it. Another big hit by Nick Foligno. The Wild hitting everything that moves and finishing their checks at every opportunity. Hits 18-8 for the Minnesota Wild. So showing that the physicality is there, and they're at least prepped for that for playoffs. Bedard whiffed on the puck there, and Middleton was able to get it back. $16.51. Face-off to the left of Spencer Knight. Wild win the face-off. Puck tried to be thrown on net, but that went well right and wide. Blackhawks fighting for it, and they get it back, trying to send up the wall. Good job by Zuccarello holding that. Puck goes left, and icing on the Blackhawks. They put this one well up front. Choppy. $16.36. Nice face-off win by the Wild. Wild have it. Hughes to Spurgeon. Spurgeon trying to spring his man in the slot. Corner. Puck back to the blue line. Shot by Hughes. And a great save by Spencer Knight. That's the fourth save where he's had to deal through really good shot coming through a lot of traffic. He's been able to track it and make that save. Big shout out to the people watching here today on YouTube. If you guys are on X/Twitter or on Facebook, come over to our YouTube channel. Join us here. Check out the videos that we post daily as well as all the streams. Podcast recording, live streams, as well as watch parties. 16-14. Blackhawks win the faceoff and they get it out of their zone. To center. Wild get it back. McCarron, the big boy, up the right wall. Tough to knock him off the puck. Johansson. Back to the blue line, back to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes spins, but nice stick by Nazar. Hughes beats him back to the puck here, but Nazar with a good stick chops at it again. Nazar doing a great job of checking Quinn Hughes. Johansson back with it. Behind the net. Johansson to Hughes. Hughes up the left side. Blackhawks really want to break this streak. They want this win. And Johansson with a big hit. Damn. McCarron with the puck, so Johansson says, I'll throw the puck, or I'll throw the body around. I'm back. I'm at work while watching you and the game. Yo, shout out to Tanner, one of our members of the channel. Appreciate it. We'll be live for Wildly Informed, a post-game show after this, too. 15-10. Yo, what's up, Denial? Everywhere I go, there's a BS YouTube guy not showing another event. How's it going, dude? 14:57. I'll be busy tomorrow on City Life. Holy. Starting at 3 a.m. with Deep, and then 7:30 with 1, and then noon PFL, and then I think there's Scuto Brazil in the evening, or BKFC or some shit. Oh, one time that goes right and wide. High stick. High stick. Wild are going to go on the power play. Clear as day. Burakovsky. High sticks the fuck out of Middleton. I have not seen that. March Madness mode for me with the kid. Nice. Who's playing? Yes, I am back. I am back. I saw you live. I want to drop in and pay my like because that's all I can afford. All good. All good. I appreciate the like. Guys, make like Denial. There's like 30 people or like 20 some people watching who have not liked the video yet. So make like Denial and like the video. Yo, apparently on Unix on Amazon, we can watch the early prelims on one. So we don't have to pay for the shit on the website, which is nice. Literally, you have to pay to watch Nabil. Are you kidding me? Oh, shot by Hughes. Traffic in front. And Spencer Knight jumps on top of it. Math ain't math. That's true. That's true. Dude, Spencer Knight, again, has played very, very well here. This could be a 3-2 game for the Wild if Spencer Knight has not been as dialed as he's been. 155 on the power play. Wild win the faceoff back to the blue line. Winning faceoffs when it matters now. Unable to hold the blue line, though. Short-handed Mikheyev can't get by Quinn Hughes, and a nice stick by Volstead who sends up the left side. Here comes Hartman. Hartman to Terasenko. Terasenko to Zuccarello. Oh, knee on knee. That's going to be another fucking penalty. Hope Zuccarello's okay. Looks like he's okay, but that was some knee on knee fucking bullshit from Green. And Green's going to go to the box. 5 on 3. Here's a gift for the Wild here in the third period. Tripping, dude. Yes, sir. That was a trip. That's a fucking dirty play, man. That's a dirty fucking play. What's up, Jack? Go Wild. Dude, yeah, good on Terasenko going up to Zuccarello and being like, yo, chill. I know that was dirty as fuck, but 38-year-old draws the penalty. Glad he's okay. He is on the ice. Quinn Hughes without a power play goal with the Wild so far. Let's see if he can get it here. 5-on-3. Boldy, Hughes, Hartman, Zuccarello, and Terasenko. Wild win the draw. Quinn Hughes to Zuccarello. Back to Quinn Hughes. Hughes to Zuccarello. Zuccarello to Hartman. Bumper. Oh my God. Bumble fucking the puck. And puck goes all the way back down the length of the ice. Hughes just probably should have fucking shot it. Hey, Vikings, Wild Wolves. Hopefully don't lose with Wally again. Go Wild. He certainly has not been the issue here tonight. And what an opportunity there by the Wild and a save by Spencer Knight again. Hughes up the right side. 55 seconds on the two-man advantage. Good job of the Blackhawks getting the puck out. Boldy looking for his entry. Boldy in the zone. A lot of pressure, but Boldy finds some space to Terasenko. Back to Boldy. Boldy to Terasenko. Back to Boldy. Tried to spring Hartman in the slot. Unfortunately, can't do it. Boldy now with a shot. Saved by Knight. 30 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage. Not pulling the trigger enough here, boys. And this is the tie at 2. Oh, and one hit the post there, too. My goodness. Knight didn't even know he was being screened by Hartman, and the puck hit the right side of the crossbar. Timeout for the Wild here. I'm going to draw up a quick play. 5-on-3 to get back in the game, and they're going to have to take advantage of it here on this two-man advantage. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button, vote in the poll question, and if you're watching on X, Twitter, or Facebook, come over to YouTube, much like Vikings, Wild Wolves, like Jack, Denial, Tanner, and the whole crew here. Shots 26-19. Again, great third period here so far by the Wild. See if they can capitalize on this gift. Terasenko, where's that goal, baby? Where's that goal? All right. Hartman with the face-off. He wins it. Hughes to Zuccarello. Back to Hughes. Shoot the puck, Hughes to Zuccarello. Zuccarello in front of the net. Hughes, shot! And that goes left and wide. Boldy still with it. Only 15 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Boldy to Hartman. Hartman looking for the tip, and he cannot get it. This puck goes down the length of the ice. Volstedt brings Boldy. Quick re-entry. 3, 2, 1. Cross Terasenko. Shot! And it hits the freaking... It hits the post again. 2 posts on the power play. 2 posts on the power play. Wild. 20 seconds remaining. 5-on-4 this time. Go Wild, bring home a win for the state of hockey. 2 posts. Hartman with it. To Boldy. To Hughes. Hughes back to Boldy. They've been out there for the entire power play. Boldy. Back to no one. But the Blackhawks player out of the box. Shot. And Volstad makes the save. He was alone on the breakaway out of the box. Yurov out there now. Some fresh legs for the Wild. Yurov trying to get that puck away from the boards, but the Blackhawks are able to poke it back to the neutral zone. Wild with it. They send up the left side. They poke it in. Wild unable to score on the 5-on-3 power play. Hitting the post twice. 2 posts, man. 11:26 remaining in this game. The Wild are still down by 1 measly goal. Shots 27-24, the Wild. They got momentum. Can they keep it going? Or that kill for the Blackhawks? Give them enough gas and momentum to shut this down. Nazar gets to it in the corner, but the Wild get it back. Middleton takes his time up the left side. Trenyan to Sturm. Sturm dumps it in. Hunter Haight out there. Faber with a shot, and that goes left. Blackhawks with it. They get it back in the Wild zone. The Wild defense with it. Now, again, they send up the right side, but they turn it over. Blackhawks with it behind the net. Good defense by the Wild in front of the net. Oh, puck loose in front, and Volstead lost his stick for a minute. Blackhawks with it. Diving bodies. Pass. Look to... Oh, man. He should have shot that. He looked for fancy pass there. That went cross ice, but Volstead wasn't even blocking that right side. Forecheck by the Wild here. They create the turnover. Blackhawks, though, with it through the neutral zone. Donato sends it in. Dumping and chasing are the Blackhawks. Couldn't chase it. Here comes the Wild now. Wild unable to bring it over the blue line clean. Hughes sends it up the right side to Nick Foligno. Nick Foligno sends it behind the net, now battling in the corner. Johansson with it. Johansson, physical play there to get that puck back. Bogosian on the blue line. Bogosian sends it around. Blackhawks able to get it out into the neutral zone. 9-19. Let's go Wild. Bedard with it. McCarron with a nice play. Boldy doing a lot on his own here, getting into the zone, getting past two guys, and then leaving the puck deep behind the net, waiting for reinforcements. Blackhawks get it back through center, but Wild doing a great job of just commanding that neutral zone. Volstead, nice little easy save. Minnesota behind the net. They're looking for their breakout through center. Backhand cross ice. Quinn Hughes shot and nice glove save by Spencer Knight. That was a sharp angle too. 8-28 shots, 28-20. The Blackhawks have not gotten a shot on net in a while now, and I cannot believe it. Terasenko hitting the post, that right post. Unbelievable. It looks like we're going to a TV timeout here. Not shy of opportunities of the Wild in this third period. Shots 27-20, 28-20 now. Super physical game from the Wild. 20 hits to 8. And they were down in the faceoffs in the first two periods, but they have come back strong. I mean, the Wild have pretty much, other than scoring in this third period, they've corrected most of their shortcomings in the first two periods. Faceoffs being one of those. Now well above the 50% mark. At 56. All right, let's take a look at the poll question. How confident are you guys in your team? Assuming you're voting as a Minnesota Wild fan, how confident are you in the Wild as just a onlooker? Someone who maybe has a rooting interest in this team, or who just likes some of the players in this team, or who are just chilling here tonight and have run into this stream and decided to vote in the poll question. Let me know where you sit. And reminder, Wildly Informed. That is right, episode 40 of Wildly Informed / post-game show right after this. I'll link that in the chat here in a moment. Green is horrible, should be in the AHL. 61% of you are concerned for the Wild in the playoffs. 30% aren't, and 9% are asking, what's a rub-off mean?
The right way. How much does that rub off on you and the rest of the team?
What's a rub off means?
How much do you...
Oh my goodness. By the way, shout out to the 30 of you who are watching on YouTube. To everybody else who's watching on Twitter/X, come over to YouTube. Join us here. This is our main focus, this platform to grow. And again, wildly informed, I'll be live with Brett Marshall in about 45 minutes is when we're slated to go. Link in the chat here. We might start a little bit earlier. But yeah, we will start after this game. All right, back for some third period action. 8-12. Wild have behind the Blackhawks net. Quinn Hughes keeps us in. Quinn Hughes was at the blue line. Hughes, right side. Shot. That goes left and wide. Wild still have it in the corner. Hartman behind the net gets checked pretty hard here, but he still has it. Sends it back to the blue line. Spurgeon to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes up the left side, and that doesn't get to his man. Turnover, and here comes Tyler Bertuzzi. Backhand. And that goes up and out of play. And Bertuzzi's fucking pissed. He's breaking his stick at the bench. He had a breakaway and was unable to put this one home. That would have been the dagger. One was a post. So, I mean, 3 posts now in a row. 2 for the Wild, 1 for the Blackhawks. And Bertuzzi is smashing his stick. Ramsacking that motherfucker. Face off to the left of Volset. Nice job by the Minnesota Wild winning that face-off. Brock Faber up the right side. Wild negate the icing. Battling forward in the corner. Behind the net. Oh, Faber's shot to the net doesn't get through. Can he hold the line? Nope. And here come the Blackhawks again. Not a breakaway, though, this time. 1-on-2. Shot that goes right and wide. But the rebound, unable to put it home with the Blackhawks. Blackhawks lose it again here. And here come the Wild. Brock Faber, left side with some speed. Faber, 2-on-1. Faber stops. Blue line to Johansson. Johansson almost bumblefucked it. Back to Faber. Loses it. Here come the Blackhawks. Mangiapane tried to set up a pass up through the slot, but Johansson had his man covered. Shot from the blue line. And a nice save by Volstad. 6:45. Can the Blackhawks hold this league? And Bertuzzi's going down to the locker room. Interesting. No way we're going to a TV timeout again. We just had one. Interesting. Another TV timeout. The Ottawa Senators win today. Let's go. Are you a fan of the Ottawa Senators? Again, reminder, wildly informed right after this. It says 9:45. We might start it even at 9:30, assuming we don't have any overtime hockey. If we have some overtime hockey, then we'll go a little late. Don't forget to vote in the poll question. If you guys are into combat sports, by the way, on my second channel, I'm streaming 4 times tomorrow. That is right. Back to back to back to back, starting at 3 a.m. Central with a little Deep Impact 130. And then at 7:30 a.m., we're going to jump over to One Friday Fights 147. And then at noon, we got PFL Spain. And then I believe we got Chuto Brazil at 6 p.m. Eastern as well. So a full slate of fights tomorrow, guys, starting in literally how many hours? A few hours. All right, back in the TV timeout. Can they do it, guys? Can the Wild come back? Let me know in the chat. Do you think they can come back? Do you believe in them? And the Wild win the face-off. Blackhawks within the corner, though, can't set anything up. And here come the Wild. Wild dump it in. Around the boards, top of the circle. Blackhawks with it. 6:24. Delayed penalty on the Wild. They got 6-on-5 as Spencer Knight skated to the bench, and they're in the Wild zone. Blue line, left side, shot. Wallstedt with the save, and the Wild touch it, and that will blow the play dead. But here comes the Chicago Blackhawks for their third penalty of the game. One in the first, one in the second, now one in the third, and Trennan takes his second penalty of the game. Slash by Trennan. He's not happy about this call. Again, there have been some weak calls tonight here. I'll say one weak call on the Wild, one weak call on the Blackhawks so far. It wasn't the worst call. I don't know if it'd be called in the playoffs, though. Chicago with it. Come on, one more goal. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Bedard going short side, but good job by Wallstedt, man, because there's a tiny little corner there where Bedard could have hit, but he kept his shoulders up. Faber unable to get this puck out after winning the faceoff. Bedard looking with a shot, and nice glove save by Wallstedt. Great faceoff won by the Blackhawks in that last play there. Good job by Faber boxing out. I think it was Bertuzzi. English, brother, English. 5:45. Blackhawks win another key faceoff. Levshinov. Back to Bedard. Does a nice backhand play. Bedard hits Nazar, center. Bertuzzi up in front, puck in front, and a nice clear by the Wild. 1 minute, 27 seconds. The Wild clear this puck the length of the ice. 0 for 2 on the power play for Chicago so far. Can they change that here? Nazar enters left side. Back to Levshinov. Bedard. And great job by Nico Sturm, who has a goal tonight, has blocked a key shot, and is playing very key penalty-killing minutes. Nazar. Backhand pass to Bedard. Here comes Bedard. Bedard knocked down to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi with a sharp angle shot, but can't get that shot off, and a good defensive play, but can't get it out. Behind the net again. Wild battling Bertuzzi. Spurgeon. Did a good job separating the puck. We go to Burkowski. Back to Bedard. Shot, but unable to put that home. Blackhawks still have it. Levshunov. Back to Bedard. Burkowski to Bedard. Shot off the leg of McCarron. McCarron blocking a shot there. McCarron blocking shots. Sturm blocking shots. Connor Bedard tries to go short side on 3 occasions in a row there. Just missed short side. My goodness. Actually, no, Wallstedt got a little bit of a glove on that. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Kaiser. Backhand to Donato. Donato unable to get anything going. Donato still has it, though. Back to the circles. Rinzel with a shot. Nice save by Wallstedt. Forcing another whistle, but some bodies pushed to the ground there, and we got another brouhaha. Helmets flying, punches being thrown. Oh my goodness, we have a fight. We have a fight. There's been punches thrown. And the refs are trying to calm things down, but more pushing and shoving. Middleton apparently telling Donato, if you're going to oversell stuff, this is what's going to happen. And looks like, let's see who's going to the box. McCarron's going to the box as he actually threw some hands. Oh, McCarron with the cross check that started it all. Yeah, Donato, he might have sold it a little bit, and that's when Middleton's blood boiled a bit. But McCarron just throwing shots at Donato. Yeah, dude, McCarron's a big dude. I'm kind of glad the Wild have him. I'm not kind of. I am glad the Wild have him. So Donato, McCarron going to the box. Trennan's still in there for only 3 more seconds, though. But yeah, Donato and McCarron, they're still yapping in the box. Oh, I love it. Still yapping. Still yapping is McCarron in the box. Are they going to give an extra one to McCarron? Oh, is Middleton going to the box too? Oh, and there's an extra 2 because there's another Blackhawks player in the box. So Trennan's still in the box. So he's got... So cross-check, roughing / roughing. So Donato, okay, yeah, penalized with a slash, and okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so 3 seconds remaining on the Chicago Blackhawks power play. Jeff Blashill is not happy with the officials. I have to say, the officials have not had the best game here tonight. Some weak calls, some interesting decision making. Whatever. We got 4 minutes left. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Trennan will be out of the box in 3 seconds, guys. All right, face-off won by the Wild. Trennan back on the ice now. Minnesota have 4 minutes to get that tying goal. Offside for the Wild. No whistle, though, as they just circle back. Blackhawks with it up the right side with some speed. Blackhawks shot. Mangiapane, man. He's so quick. Former Calgary Flame. 340. Wild repossess the puck in their zone, send it up the right wall. Can't get it out of their zone. Nice hit by the Wild. Finally out of the zone, but not controlling it. 324. Nice hit by Quinn Hughes, of all people, sending his man to the ground. Hughes making Spurgeon look big out there. Hughes loses it. His man goes to the ground. 3:09. How long is Wallstar going to be between the pipes? Chicago with it. Chicago, left side, through center. Nice stick by the Wild. Able to bat this one. Faber. To Johansson. Johansson. Up the right side. Hunter Haight. Up against the wall, loses it. And here comes Chicago. Green across and shot by Bedard. Can't go through. And here comes Johansson. He's getting sandwiched. Well, I mean, we'll see, right? There's 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Probably right. 2:08. Goals have been hard to come by. This will be tough for the Wild in the last 2 minutes. They pull the net. Zuccarello, right side shot blocked by the Blackhawks. Can they clear it with the empty net? They do clear it. But Hughes back to get the puck. Come on, Minnesota, you can do it. Hey, great channel, by the way, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. 1 minute and 37 seconds. Don't think it's going to happen, guys. And this goes up and out of play. We should have the face-off. It's going to be right outside the zone. Or it might be just to the left of Spencer Knight. Will the Blackhawks break the losing streak against the Wild? They have not beaten the Wild in 18 games. 18 games. No chance. Well, there's always a chance. This is hockey. You clearly have not watched the sport if you think there's no chance. Thin chance. And am I bullish on the chance? No. But if you say there's no chance, that means you haven't, nor do you watch the sport. 131. Today would have been the 19th. Doubt it's going to be the 19th with 1 minute and 24 seconds remaining. Oh, net is open. Blackhawks with it, but unable to get that shot on target. Play continues. 1:14. Johansson rips it in. They dump. They chase. They need to control it. Oh, shot in front. Side of the net, trying to spring their man in front. 1 minute of play remaining. Can the Wild do it? Johansson, cross-ice pass doesn't hit its target, but Hughes keeps it in up the right wall. 49 seconds. Hughes. Johansson. Back to Hughes. Hughes rips a shot on net, doesn't get through. And Chicago throws this net down the length of the ice, and that goes wide. 38 seconds. We will have another face-off in the Blackhawks zone. Do we got a timeout here? Unable to dig that puck in and put it home on that left side. Again, shout to Spencer Knight. He has made the tougher saves here tonight for sure. Or he's been tested with the more dangerous chances for sure. 30 seconds. The Blackhawks doing a good job of just covering up the puck in the corner. They send it around the boards. Faber sends it back around. Boldy gloves it down in the corner, try to spring someone in the slot. Nobody there. Blackhawks try to send it out, but Wild are able to hold it. Hughes with a shot. Boldy gets to it. 10 seconds. Does he have one more shot left in him? One-handed, try to get it in front. 4 seconds. Hughes rips it in front. Rebound. No goal. No goal. Puck was tipped right in front of the net as the time goes to 0. And they're going to review it, but it looks like there was no goal. Hey, Chicago looks like they've snapped the 18-game losing streak against the Wild. We shall see. I think the puck didn't cross the line. Let's take a look at the aerial view. Puck trickling. No, puck never crossed the line. Never crossed the line. Great win by the Chicago Blackhawks. The Easter curse is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. Clock goes to 0. A valiant effort from the Wild in the third period, but the Blackhawks snap the losing streak. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks split the midweek series. November of 2017 was the last time the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Minnesota Wild. So good game, boys. Good game. All right, post-game show here in about 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a quick break and then be back live on this channel for the post-game show. Never mind, nice game, better luck, Wild next time. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, here's the link to Wildly Informed, guys. Like I said, we will be live to cover that in about 20 minutes. Here is the link to it if you haven't seen it. All right, as you can see here, we're live right now on the Sota Pod, but this is the stream that will be live on in about 20 minutes. Brett Marshall and I are back. Wildly Informed, episode 40, I believe. Yeah, just shy of 25 minutes. We're going to start. Here's the link one more time for you guys. If you're on Facebook, Twitter/X, come over to YouTube so you can click the link, or come over to the Sota Pod YouTube channel. And that's where you can find us. New video uploads every single day on the channel. We stream like 3 times a week. Wildly Informed midweek, Judd's Buds early week, and then I fit in a live stream at least once every single week. I was away for 6 weeks, but I'm back. I'm not back in my studio, but I'm back in Minnesota. So we'll be back covering the Wild. A shout to those who did hang out with us when we did our Olympic coverage. I didn't do any Olympic coverage at home, all on the road. So thank you guys for that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Wildly Informed in 20 minutes. Join us for that. Hartsy trying to punch that one in. Hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. You clearly didn't watch the game. This is, I'm sorry, I have to call, I'm a straight shooter. I call out bullshit and fabricated negativity. This is false. This comment is false. Buddy didn't even watch the game or even look at the hit stats. This team is so soft, it's sickening. This team was the way bigger, aggressive team, both with the eye test and the stats. So your stupid comment is actually sickening. No drive. Literally, the last play was a drive. So again, more stupidity. Or will to win from the top players. At least the bottom 6 players have heart. That I will say I agree with. The bottom 6 players showed heart. The bottom 6 players showed heart. Saying this team is soft is the dumbest shit I've ever heard coming off of that game in particular, when the only thing they really succeeded in without any doubt was their toughness, was their grit. Literally, Sturm blocks a shot above the ankle, comes back and scores. But yes, this is the softest team ever. Bro didn't even watch the game, I swear to God. Wally was playing out of his mind. And I would say Spencer Knight played out of his mind. I would say out of the 2 goaltenders, who both played very well tonight and made it so neither team could score easily. Spencer Knight had an outstanding game as well. But the guitar man, didn't watch the game. So he actually has no idea who Spencer Knight is. Anyways, hit us more with comments on Wildly Informed. I love it. I love it. There's nothing I hate more than having a 5-on-3 with more than a minute and not even able to put the puck in it. They hit 2 posts, but he didn't watch the game either. Also, Eriksson hasn't scored for 6 games before his injury. Overrated. Wild actually win their games above 50%. I think it's like 63% of the time when X in the lineup. Again, the guitar man, doesn't watch the games, nor does he actually even look at the stats. And trust me, I hate that they didn't score on the 5-on-3 as well, but they did hit 2 posts, and Terasenko did look really good on there, so that was bad puck luck. That was some damn hockey gods just wanting the fucking Blackhawks to win that one. I don't think their 5-on-3 looked bad by any means. They absolutely dominated, and they definitely could have been up 1 due to those posts. Anyways, bitch and complain in the comments on Wildly Informed. Knight impressed me both these games. Wildly Informed, 20 minutes, post-game show comments with you, the fucking fans, as well as a whole podcast recording. So the bottom 6 played with heart. No, and I agreed with you. Again, you didn't watch the game, but I agreed with you there. Top 6 is soft, which they aren't because Boldy actually had a few hits tonight. And they're going anywhere if they don't step it up. I do agree they won't go anywhere if they didn't step it up. But you got to start watching the games, Guitar Man. Oh, yeah, because you can't even get your stats right. Your eye test is wrong. So start watching the games. I encourage you to start watching the games. Oh, kicking the man when he's down. Don't worry, your team will come back and win. Your team will come back and win. At least we play better on the road, but I'm really sticking to losing the teams that are under 5. I'm really sick of losing the teams that are under 500. Yeah, Hartman did not play a good game. Definitely didn't play soft, as you suggest. Because, again, you didn't watch the game. But Hartman didn't play that great of a game. Boldy played good in the first period, but then kind of got in his head a little bit. And the second period didn't play that well. Third period, I thought he played a lot better. But, yeah, the offense just was not coming from the top 6. Your soft top 6 who actually laid the body down hard. Again, the Guitar Man. Oh, yeah, you got to start watching games, buddy. You got to start watching games. All right, Wildly Informed next. Post-game show in 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the other side for that. Full podcast recording for Wildly Informed. We'll take your comments, post-game show comments as well. Thank you guys for watching. The curse where Isha streams and the Wild lose continues, ladies and gentlemen. It's all the Guitar Man's fault he wasn't born with eyeballs. At least he's got fingers to play the guitar, though. Probably this game. I could see him coming back. You don't watch every game. Based on your statements, you don't watch every game. But I encourage you to watch every game. I'm naive, but learning Wild vs. New York was the first one I watched. It's fun. Nice. Hey, love the sport. We'll see you guys. I gotta fucking refill my water bottle and piss, guys. Quick break, back in 15 minutes. Wildly Informed post-game show. You all are amazing. Even the Guitar Man without any eyeballs. You're fucking amazing. I play guitar too. So I'd love to hear about what axes you own, my friend. Back on the other side, Wildly Informed. Take a quick break. Refill your snack bowl. Refill your drink. Go punch some fucking windows. And get your anger out. The Guitar Man, oh yeah. And we'll be back for the post-game show in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe. We'll be back with Wildly Informed and Brett Marshall here in just a few minutes shortly.